It's a wonderful technique, okay, ideal for short fusions, ideal for deformities, for long fusions. The bad ones, okay, the psoas muscle splitting injury, if you go DLIF, okay, the ileus, approximately 5 to 7%, the cost for those who work in the private sector. And the very bad ones, the neurological injury, which is approximately 3 to 4%, the vascular injury, which is quite rare but significant, the visceral injury, also significant, and if we fail to indirectly compress the spine. Usually, every technique from the left, DLIF you can go from the right side, depends. I prefer to choose from L4, L5, which side is open in order to decide what I'm going to do first. In order L4, 5 usually, in order not to lose L4, 5 in the pelvis if I start from high above. You can do it directly or by microscope or with loops, whatever you want. This is the setup. Previous speakers have mentioned all that in details. Okay, the only thing that I want to mention is that when we enter the abdominal wall, we should trigger the abdominal wall in order not to lose the subcostal nerve and then have pseudohernias. Remove the disc. Every step should be the same, okay, and stimulate in every step, not to choose, not to miss a step. The lumbar plexus. Everybody should have complete knowledge of the anatomy and the clinical presentation of each nerve in order to avoid any complication, in order to detect early the complications outside the psoas, the linguoilean, the hypoepigastric, the lateral femoral cutaneous nerve, inside the psoas, the genitofemoral, the femoral, and the obturator nerve. Very important, which neural structures are at risk, the subcostal nerve, and all the other things we have mentioned before. Clinical presentation, okay, the leg abduction, the knee extension. If this is accompanied with pain, probably it's a muscle psoas injury will resolve within 3 months. If we don't have pain, okay, it may recover as well, but things are a little bit more difficult. And if we have knee extension problem, then we have probably a more significant issue in the femoral nerve. The sensory deficits, I say again about the pseudohernias in the abdominal wall. Overall, the complication rate is low, is approximately less than 4% in large series. Why do nerve injuries occur? 2 reasons. Firstly, the direct injury. We have the IOM, so we can prevent it, and then traction. The ideal time for each level should be less than 20 minutes. Some colleagues, they give 10 cc's of dexamethasone while they are applying the retractor in order to prevent this injury. How do we prevent the neurological complications? Firstly, MRI, correct planning. Okay, avoid the rising psoas sighing or Mickey Mouse sighing when the psoas goes up towards the belly. Patient positioning, do not overbreak the table because you may have issues even from the other leg. Muscle fiber splitting of the abdominal wall, duration of retraction, less than 20 minutes, less retraction as much as you can, and neuromonitoring. We should be aware of the safe zones in each vertebra in order to place our cage and retractor in these safe zones in order to reduce our complication rate. Here is a very nice paper from Paul Holman with the rising psoas sign showing in each zone what kind of percentage we have of injury. And our previous speaker, Professor Kotani, described about vascular injuries. I should only worry in only 5-1. There are many anatomic variations which may cause us issues with the left common iliac vein. We have an ectopic internal iliac vein in 5% approximately, many accessory internal iliac vein in a percentage of 10%. And of course, the most easy thing to think is the sacral slope. You may have a steep sacral slope, and then the pubis, it's something that can give you trouble in order of getting into L5S1. Another thing that I want to mention is how we can predict a vascular injury. Okay, 3 things. First, the position of the left common iliac vein. The MRI is a very good instructor where the vein is. The second thing is you can mobilize the veins. If you see fat, yes, you can mobilize it. If you don't see fat, it's an issue. You may have a hole or you may have a big rupture that can cause issues to the overall health of the patient. and of course the presence of a large anterior osteophyte at L5S1, which may cause additions with the vein, all the modic changes, all the inflammation procedure can cause additions with the left common iliac vein, as we can see here. Concluding, it's a great technique. It needs very good strategy, very good pre-op planning in order to prevent any complication. The complication rate is, let's say, manageable, but it can be catastrophic. Thank you very much.